it's Ali in the kitchen. I'm about to make a lasagna. Thought I'd just do it on video because people seem to laugh at me when I cook, so I like to give people a laugh, yeah? And I've actually managed to stage this so you can see the cooker. Right, first things first. To make lasagna, we know that you've got to have minced beef, or you could do it with minced lamb, but that's more moussaka really. So I've got my packet of minced beef. I've made a stock, and in it I've got just a vegetable stock cube, some mixed herbs, some Italian herbs, and I'm about to add a little bit of caramelized onion gravy. I mean, let's be quite clear about this. This is sort of the quick way of doing it. All these bits of paper to open, I don't know. So I'm mixing this in here. There's nothing for you, Rolo. Rolo's down by my feet. It's just wisdom from the garden. He thinks that this is all about him, but it's not really, is it? Right. There we go. So what we want to do first of all is get our oil. Let's get it in the pan. Let's get it sorted, shall we? We've got to get this mince done. I know what I've got to get. Be back in a sec. Roberto, you can't join it in, love. Really, honestly. Now, first thing you need are some onions. I've got chopped onions from the freezer because I don't like my eyes watering, and especially on video, because then you start, your nose goes, oh, that's not a good look. So in we go with some onions. Now I'm not going to have too many because this is for my dad who comes round tomorrow night, and believe me, lasagna to him is extremely foreign. I'm actually amazed that I'm able to make this at all, but he does quite like it, surprisingly. Okay, let me just pop this back in the freezer quickly. Really, I could do with a bit of a nurse, a cooking nurse, a chef helper, that's what I use. Okay, let's put that in. Right, I've also set the oven for 200 because that's what we need to do for cooking our lasagna. So first things first. Fry these onions up a little bit. I hope you're all having a good day while I'm doing this. I will hopefully be watching a bit of YouTube this afternoon at some point. But I've done 2 walks with the dogs. I've seen some mates. I've really got to get on with this because I like to have the food ready before my dad comes. Even if I cook it the day before, it's the way I like to do things. Right, I've got to clean my hands, by the way, just so that you know. I'm just going to break this mince up. You can actually use frozen mince. There's no reason you can't. I'm just going to wash my hands in the sink. Right. The sink's just behind this my laptop. I've never done this before using a laptop, so I'm hoping it's going to work. I'm going to talk to you about, if I was, in the last video I thanked people, and I did forget to thank Rosie O'Kelly as well, because she's so lovely. She's really, really good at doing the cooking videos. So if you ever want to watch somebody cook in style, in other words with a bikini on, go to Rosie's channel. She's fantastic. And really, cooking is brilliant. Her baking is lovely. As you all know, I have a very sweet tooth. Right, I am going to just put this onto the other. Oh, hang on a minute. This is where things go tits up usually. I'm going to do that on that one. And while that's browning off, I'm going to start doing the sauce. I mean, I don't hang about, put it that way, when I'm doing these sort of things. Need a saucepan though, don't I? Where's the sauce? Oh yes, it's here. Okay. Get a saucepan. I make a roux sauce. Now this is something I'm actually very good at. This is probably the first time it doesn't work out. let me add my tomato puree. No, not the lid, Ali. To this mince. A second. You do realise that the, you know, professional chefs like myself really are giving away their recipes for nothing. I'm putting a bit of tomato puree in as well, and then I'll mix that around. I want to just brown this off before I put my stock in, which I will, and then I'm just going to literally leave this to do whatever it needs to do. But while that's doing, we need to do a sauce for this mixture. So first of all, you need a bit of butter, okay? Depending on how much sauce you want, it's depending on how much the butter is. I can't tell you exactly how much. I do it by eye. I've done this recipe so often now. It seems to please everybody, so that's good. Oh, I've also got some tomatoes to open. Do you see how I don't stick at one thing? Good chefs, I'm sure, work sort of methodically. Not me. Okay, that's off. See how this is browning off. Really, I should do the sauce after, shouldn't I? Then I wouldn't get myself into a little muddle. But, hey ho. Let's put this butter on. So we want a bit of butter, a little bit of salt. My dad is a saltaholic. He's 93, and at 93, apparently, our taste buds aren't as good, and people tend to add a lot of salt. And by God, my father does. He's a nightmare. You know, a bit of pepper can go in, and then we just leave that to gently. Let's mix that around. Use that in here. My lovely whisk. My whisk! I have got other whisks, you know, but I always go for this one. I know it's strange. Do you know there's some strange people where we live? Tell you what, I was out walking the dog. There's some very strange looking people. I mean, they're out walking. Weren't doing anybody any harm. Sometimes you do think, don't you, what did you put on in the morning? Did you actually look? And, you know, shouting and using swear words. I'd never do that outside. Well, I can't say never, but rarely would I ever do that. Not in the street. It seems to be the way of things now. I don't know. I did hear that C word a couple of times while I was out. Makes my eyes twitch, you know. When I'm out, if I'm in with friends, that's different. Or if we're talking quietly together, that's completely different. But oh, to hear it out and about, I think, please. You know, old people get offended by it. I'm not old, but feel it at the moment. Oh, I went out to try and buy a tens machine as well. Well, I went into this pharmacy and I said, it says online that you sell it. You know, Lloyd's Pharmacy say they sell it in their shops. And I walked in there. Now, you remember, I've lived here. I've lived in this town all my life. And they said, we're not Lloyd's. I said, oh, my God. So they were Lewis something or other pharmacy. I said, well, when did you change? They said, we've been here for years and years. And we've always been Day Lewis Pharmacy. I don't know what that says about me. Right. My butter is melting well. Don't think you can see that. Yes, you can. This is brown, right, and now is the time where the skill comes in for the sauce. I'm going to take this off the heat for a minute. Actually, I'm going to take that and put it there because I'm going to now add tomatoes because this is now just about browned off. And I'm going to add this, which is my my stock. Now it looks like it's going to be watery, but don't ever panic about that because it will thicken up, and if you want the sauce thicker you just add more of the gravy, or you can even use some corn flour. No reason you can't do that, but I prefer just to thicken it up with the gravy. But what I want to do now is let it bubble away. Now I've got a lid somewhere I can use for this on a low heat, and just let that cook through. I can't, yes I did tell you, didn't I, that I've got the oven on 200. Where am I looking for? Oh yes, I know. One lid. I can go on top of that just for now. Okay, back to the sauce. So you've got your melted butter. Now again, I do this by eye. I take my whisk and I put in, this is self-raising flour. Most people say, oh, you should put in plain. It does not matter. You know, let's not get hung up on what flour we use. No one's going to know, are they, in the sauce? And you mix it in until you get a paste-like substance. If it gets, it's all right if it's lumpy, but you're going to have, you know, like this, like a sort of, so it gets all the butter and the flour mixes, and you've got this. You can even do it less than that, but this will give us quite a decent amount of sauce, I would think. Failing that, you can use a packet of sauce, or even better, a jar of sauce, but I haven't got one, so there you go. You need to add milk. I've put it back on the heat, and then literally with your whisk, because you don't want it lumpy, you've got to keep stirring. Don't leave this unattended. Honestly, guys, if you leave it unattended, it will go lumpy. I'm literally going a little bit of milk by little bit of milk. And, oh, hang on a minute. Hi Lisa, you are on my YouTube. I am busy cooking lasagna on video. I'm using my trusty whisk. This is my best friend Lisa. So, you will be on this video. Is there anything I can do for you, my darling? I decided it's time to get out my trusty whisk and make lasagna. Oh, did you hear that? Hang on a minute. Say this again. Go on, go on. Say it again.
You make a fab lasagna.
Yes! Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I will ring you back later.
All right, darling. Bye.
Bye. That is my very, very, very bestest friend, and I saw her this morning and I had a few tears and she was ringing to see if I was all right. The reason I was crying is because my eldest son is no longer living with his girlfriend and is moving out. And because obviously finances aren't easy for any of us, he's renting a room. It's all right, it'll do for now. But as a mother, you feel, I wish I could give him something a bit better. I tell you, I don't like it. And then I decided to have a few tears. God only knows why. I'm putting it down to the extra nerve tablet, the pregabalin that I'm on. And I think that's making me tearful. I'm not absolutely certain. God knows. Anyway, keep this going. See, and eventually, at each time it boils up, it just gets, you know, it gets its thickness up, and then you can judge how watery you want it, or whether you want a nice thick sauce. For this one, oh yeah, this is going now, hang on a minute. Keep that whisk action going like this so it thickens up and you get no lumps at all. Oh, this is killing me. Right, but hang on a minute. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, it's that old one. See what I mean? So I think I was talking about Tens machine, wasn't I? So I still haven't got a Tens machine, but I think I'm going to go online. Vinnie G has taught me into getting one, and I've talked to other people since as well. And honestly, even if it is a few quid, I mean, so busy trying to help out with money, you know, as you do. Mothers always come at the bottom of the list, or they should do. That's not quite true, because I have ordered some new glasses. There's another thing. They're pink and they're very, very round and they're quite big. And I can't wait. This is still too slight. Look at the consistency of the sauce. Can you see? It's really quite thick. Now, some of you might like it like that, and I think if you were making a moussaka, you would, which is a Greek dish, which is quite similar, but they use potato layering instead of, and they usually use a lamb, and they layer it with potato. I think I'm correct in saying that. And they have aubergines in it and things like that. So a similar, it's not the same, it's nothing near the same. Well, it is near the same. It looks similar, but it's slightly different. So if you want the sauce thick, go for it. This is cooking away nicely. Here, doing its thing. This is still quite thick, this sauce, so I want a little bit more. I don't think there'll be much more than this. But we don't get too thick. I might have to put a bit more in yet. That's because I did put quite a bit of flour in. The less flour you put in, obviously, because that's the thickening bit. I can't taste this sauce because being celiac, this is all got wheat and gluten in, so it's no good for me. But my father does seem to enjoy it. My husband loves it, and as you can tell, my best mate loves it. So I'll have to take her a bit around later. So yeah. Oh, this is going to be a much longer video than I normally make. I hope you're enjoying it. Okay, that is the consistency I want. Okay, I'm going to get a little spoon, just so you can see the consistency of the sauce. And that is a beautiful, creamy sauce. You really want it. I mean, that's just, it's lovely, and it's thick, and also it tastes sort of buttery. And without a whisk, it's almost impossible. My mum used to do it with a wooden spoon, beating constantly. I have no idea how she managed that, but no, I use my whisk. Anyway, so that can go on there because we're finished with that. Now we come to the fact of preparing, and she tips the sauce up everywhere. Put this back on here, turn that one on, turn that one off. That can go in here. And now we're bubbling away. I have to say, making a lasagna is a right old fag, isn't it? But I like making lasagna because I feel that I put my time in, so I've sort of made it with a bit of love. Does that make sense? I should have put mushrooms in, but I haven't got any, so I don't think my father will even notice. What I'm going to do, I'm going to serve it with some greens. I would do salad, but Dad's not so keen on the old salad. So because he doesn't like, he likes hot food with cold food. Do you get what I'm saying? It's funny, isn't it? I wonder when we get older whether we all like this. Very particular about what you do and don't like. Right, that's get a little bit watery for me, or for the consistency I want. So I'm adding some more of this gravy type thing. This is honestly a really easy way to make lasagna. I can also, I've been known to use the wok to make, that's better, to make this consistency in doing the mince. And so there we go. This is really simple. Yes, I wish I had mushrooms. You could put courgettes in as well, would be really lovely. This is simple because it's for my father. Now don't worry about doing the mince for as long as you might normally do. Normally I'd put that on for another maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes on here. But because I'm doing it in the oven, you know, it's going to be cooking anyway. So you don't want to really have it incredibly overcooked. It's minced beef. Now, I'm going to use this dish, which is a bit heavy, but I'm going to put a little oil in the bottom of it, like so. See, like that. And then what we do, open this packet. I'm going to turn this off, this meat. I think that's done enough. Open this packet. And then what we want to do is to start layering. Okay. So let's layer the sheets up here. One. Oh, two fit in almost perfectly. Look at that. And then what we do, oh God, I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this with my elbow the way it is. Let me just, hang on, let's think this out. Come on, Ali. Get a spoon. No, let's get a big spoon. God, dearie me. Do you know what? I need a drink. Hold on. Have a slurping the Coke. Oh, my goodness gracious me, I hope you're all enjoying this. Right, here we go. You're going to layer it like this. A little layer of mince. Like so. A little layer of sauce. I need, oh, ouch. As you can tell, I'm having joint problems, so it's not, oh God, it's not as easy as it should be. Mind, like this. A bit of white sauce. I can't tip this up to show you, I'm so sorry. A bit of white sauce, a bit of mince, a bit of white sauce, and then layer your pasta. I reckon I'll get about 3 layers in there. For some reason, there's more room in that one. Oops. You can always break your pasta in half. There we go. More of this, more of the meat. Oh my goodness me, come on. There we go, nice layer of meat there. Cover, make sure you cover all the pasta. And then, ouch, right. Okay, let's just do that one, that's it. And then the sauce has gone on, and then we do another. I think this will probably be the last layer because I don't want it overflowing in the oven. I mean, there's only 2 of them eating it, maybe 3. We'll see. Okay, and now we just want, good grief, another layer. That's it. Of the mince. I can't remember where I got to telling you about that tens machine, you know, it's popped into my head again. I am definitely going to get one, because, but I am being sent to a spinal surgeon again, and I pray to God I don't need any ops on the bulging disc in my neck. We can always hope, can't we? I mean, personally, I think they're always out to find something. Do they so? Right. And then the white sauce is going over this, the last bit. And then what I'm going to do is put a tiny bit of cheese. I think most people put a little bit of cheese on the top. I think if you did a cheese sauce, it would be too rich. I'll be honest with you, especially with beef. Maybe with pork, but certainly with beef. Right. It's my cloth. Okay. So I now need to find my grater, which is somewhere. Oh, hello, grater. There we go. There. And a block of cheese, which hopefully isn't all dried out. Probably. Just a little bit. She'll grate that down. And then sprinkle on top. And then this will go in for, I think, about 30 minutes, to be honest, not longer than that. And then all I have to do is heat through tomorrow. I could actually have just left it like this and then heated it through tomorrow, but I'm not going to. Sorry, and then cooked it tomorrow, but I'm not going to. So there you go. Anyway, so there we have it. You won't be seeing the end product, I'm afraid, unless it's in a separate video, because I can't edit, as we all know. In fact, I can't do a lot of things, but I'm managing to do this in my way. Remember, my videos are very, shall we say, organic, okay? They are what they are. There's the timer. It will be out in 30 minutes. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. Painting up there is one of mine. Love you all. Bye.